Thanks for joining us today. First of all, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us what neighborhood you live in and how long you've lived in Providence.
Hi, everybody. Hello. My name is Tim Gregart. I've been in Providence now for 6 months. I moved here and was just elated with the area and bought a home in the Somerset Sub-Association. I think it's a beautiful community and I just want to make a contribution.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Can you please tell us why you like to be on the board of directors, and if you are elected, what do you see as a priority for the board?
Well, the reason that I want to be on the board of directors is because I want to give back. When I came to Providence and decided I wanted to live here, there were amenities that I thought were just outstanding. And one of those, of course, is the health and the welfare of the board of directors. As I'll probably state later on, I have a little bit of experience with homeowners associations, and I noticed quickly that while the community is beautiful and the neighborhoods are just lovely, there's a financial situation here at Providence that I think needs address, and I think it is being addressed right now. I want to contribute.
Awesome. All right. How would you prioritize spending considering our current reserve levels? Additionally, what are your thoughts on bringing back the lifestyle program, events, contests, etc.? And as a board member, how would you propose doing that and being fiscally responsible?
Very good. I think that's a three-part question.
Yes, it is.
So first, how are we going to be fiscally responsible is very important, and it's very foundational to where we need to go. The first thing that I would look at is to build a platform that talks directly to what you, the people, want. And in so doing, I would initiate a community-wide, Providence-wide questionnaire, a very elaborate one, a very comprehensive one, so that we can get an idea of exactly what this community wants and needs. I know that there's a lot of discussion about the financial situation here, and yes, that should be priority one. But a close second is, of course, what do you want in terms of the amenities within the community and all of the things that Providence has been known to deliver over the 10 years or so that they've been in existence. So from my point of view, my plan is to start with a comprehensive questionnaire that goes out to all homeowners. And I hope all homeowners respond in kind. Part of it will be very quantitative, where we'll try to weigh where our priorities are at or what the majority of the people would like to see happen. We've got a lot of major issues and there's a lot of different opinions on each of those issues. So somehow quantitatively we need to, number one, figure out what that is. And number two, report back. Let everybody know just exactly what this community needs collectively, what the vision is. That should be the basis of what I want to promote if elected to this board. And that is to put together a very comprehensive plan, long range, 3 to 5 years out. That plan should identify the majority needs of our community and decide how we can amalgamate all of our desires and wishes as neighbors here into one strategic plan that is going to have some checks and balances along the way, so that when you as a homeowner want to know exactly where we're at, you're going to be able to see the same plan that the board has used to guide itself over the next 3 to 5 years. Needs to have some fiscal responsibility. One of the major elements is to work with our vendors and to see who the suppliers are and what they can contribute above and beyond what they're doing right now, because that's very much a part of the needed plan. Let me also ingest here that there's a lot of activity in the last couple of months that I've gone to board meetings since I've been a member of Providence. And I'm encouraged with some of the progress that the board has started to make. They're going to alleviate some major expenses, such as the brick and mortar facility that has been in place for a long time. But I think at this point, many agree that it's a luxury that we all can't endure if we're going to get ourselves back together financially. But then also, we want to engage the community and get some community involvement. Have people volunteer to be on a finance committee or a social committee or whatever to see what are the best avenues that we can take to fulfill some of those goals. There's two things that I want to make clear. Number one, this plan and this go forward action that I'm proposing here will not include any dues increases, and it will not include any increased or assessments in the amount of thousands of dollars just to balance the books. I think this can get done based on what I've seen so far with the Homeowners Association's books, that if you give it 3 or 5 years and put a plan together, we can get to a point in our financial life where our reserves are adequate, that they will fund the future needs of our community and take care of the amenities that we all think are so important here. Have I answered all 3 parts yet, ma'am?
I believe you have, yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
There are a lot of moving pieces to keeping the community running smoothly. What are some of the strengths that you will bring as a board member if you are elected?
Well, I think I've probably gone over that already. It's a plan. It's an organized plan that will take in all of the resources that we have and allocate them in accordance to our needs. And yes, there's a timeline involved with that for sure, but it's got to be a checks and balances system where every step along the way we can make sure that we are still doing the right things, that we are achieving the goals that we set forth based on what our homeowners have told us and what they will continue to tell us in the future.
All right. I believe you may have answered this one already, but if you want to elaborate more, what current challenges do you see the board and or the community facing, and what changes will you implement to address these particular concerns?
Well, I've highlighted 2 of them. One of them, of course, is the financial situation that I think most of us all are very aware of. And that's definitely a priority. Plus all of the amenities and social events that have been in the past that are not happening currently right now. But I want to add a third one in here. We need to be neighbors. We need to be together on a lot of issues, and the one that I want to focus on as a priority here in this interview is that of security here in Providence. We live in a great community. I'm not saying that this is a community that has a criminal problem or a criminal concern, but working together and doing some things like neighborhood watch programs, or just knowing who your neighbors are, or making sure that gates are working properly. Those are the kinds of things that I think that we could use our communication resource here as a homeowners association to take that issue of security and make us all feel safe. You, me, your kids, my guests, and see to it that we are a little bit above or ahead of our neighboring communities. I don't think any of us are here to try to stop crime or prevent crime, but if we could just keep it away from Providence, I think we all have a better situation.
Awesome. And finally, why should the resident of Providence vote for you to be on the Providence Board of Directors?
Well, I think the Providence Board is well staffed with some very capable people right now, and I think 2 are going to remain, and that's great. What I can bring, I think, is some organization. I think some direction and a little bit of stick-to-itiveness. I've been on boards of directors for 25 years. That's a long time, and I've learned a lot. And I think that I can apply some of the things in terms of vendor negotiations or maintenance issues like the irrigation system problems that Providence has experienced not too long ago. I was in the car business for most of my work life, and I learned about contracts and negotiations and team building and things such as that are very crucial to the homeowners association organization. Later in life, I was a small business guy, mostly in the restaurant business. So I learned how to clean the toilets and order the food and look out after employees and whatnot. I think a combination of both of those things will help me do a job for the Providence Homeowners Association that will do us all proud.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.